Hi. This is the first time I'm doing live. I don't even know if it's working. But this is my experiment, so maybe I can do more in the future before I go to work. And I'm using my laptop, so I hope you can hear me okay. But I just wanted to share something. I'm going to take these off. It's easier to see. About myself because I've had a lot of subscribers for a long time, and I'm very, very grateful for all of you. And I just wanted to come on here and, first of all, own the fact that I have not necessarily stepped into who I am here to be. And granted, I've had some physical health issues. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, but honestly, I think it's POTS. So I'm going to see doctors about managing POTS because I feel it's that more than I do fibro. But now that I understand a little bit more about my physical body, I'm wanting to step more into my spiritual, authentic self and be who I am supposed to be in this life. And I just wanted to hop on here and claim that more as an accountability piece for me. But also, I've had quite a few people who comment, who check in on me, which is very gracious, and also make comments, not in a mean way. I don't take it that way, but they're noticing differences in me. And I tend to overanalyze, as you probably know from watching my videos, overthink, and I overcomplicate the process. And since I had some time to myself, I went for the first time ever, actually, to get a paid reading from someone who's actually called me. I go to, because I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I go to Fantasia Crystals all the time. I'm not a paid sponsor of anybody. So this is just me talking about the places I love and am drawn to with no thought of reciprocation from anyone. Although I wouldn't be opposed to it in the future. This reader, I have her little card here. Her name is Regina, and I've seen her picture up because they hang up their readers for years now when I go there, and I'm like, someday, but it just never felt like the right time. And it was the right time. Monday, I went. What day is this? Tuesday. No, it was Sunday night. So I went and saw her, and turns out our backgrounds were similar enough to where I didn't even have to explain myself, and we just clicked, and I understood why I was meant to visit with her, because she has the direct way that I need, because that's how I communicate, in a very factual, direct, and directness doesn't lack compassion or empathy. It just gets to the point. And with my Aries sun and Aries Mars, I need that. But I also need a little empathy. But you can tell when someone's just being mean direct and when they're being compassionate, tough love direct. And that's what I needed. And that's what she gave me. I can't say that she wouldn't come across differently for what different people's needs are. But for me, she was exactly who I needed. I will link her Facebook because I think that's all she really has in my description if you want to find her. But she was able to hold me accountable and basically say that I am, because I told her stories about how I have chased shadow people from my home. They listened to me. I've discussed with her all of my modalities that I've learned: cranial sacral therapy, master toe reader, Reiki, Qigong. I've studied Chinese medicine and herbalism, not to a great extent to where I would call myself an herbalist or an Ayurvedic practitioner, but I have studied enough to be able to reference it and help guide people to different methods of healing I think may work for them. So I know that I'm a conduit for spirit, and this is me claiming that, because until I claim that and start to own and integrate all these things, as she pointed out to me, I look at everything as it's outside of me. I've learned something and it's outside of me. And sometimes when we study things and learn things, we get almost addicted to learning new things, especially in Aries, who gets bored easy. And we don't really integrate any of it and make something out of it. And I've learned enough to know that it's time for me to start integrating and stepping into my role as someone who facilitates healing, working with energy, interpreting energy. I've done distant healing before. I've helped bless homes and invite spirits to leave, that sort of thing. And it's just who I am. So this is me owning that, and I don't know what's going to happen next. But if you have any questions or want to know more about anything that I've ever discussed, have questions that are on a spiritual nature or healing, whether it's spiritual, trauma healing, recovering from love addiction, because I feel like I've talked about that plenty and I don't need to anymore. But if you have questions that my former videos haven't covered, obviously I'd be happy to answer them. But this is me holding myself accountable. I appreciate you and all of you who have stuck with me. So hopefully I will start streaming more and actually making videos when the thought comes to, because I'm supposed to be communicating when I hate it. I hate the word download. I don't know why it's triggering for me, probably because the spiritualist movement has somewhat adulterated the authenticity of what that can be with marketing. And I don't know, it's become like its own religion when it's supposed to not be religion. And I wish that it was a different way, but it isn't. So if I get downloads or anything I feel like I'm compelled to actually share, then I will do so more often and try to work that into my everyday routine. So I'm going to go off to work now for my day job as an optician. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and please keep communicating with me.